Hello, everyone. This is Jasper, and welcome back to another episode of the Newton Public Schools Alumni Association podcast. Today, we are joined by a guest, Hannah. Hannah, welcome to the show. Would you mind giving us a short introduction of yourself, like when you graduated and what you're doing now?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Hannah, and I graduated from Newton South in 2018. I then went to college at Harvard College, and then went on to Harvard Medical School, where I am currently a fourth year student.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Hannah, I guess you are pursuing medicine at Harvard Medicine School. So, I guess, are there any courses that you took at Newton South that you feel maybe, had a huge impact on you in terms of contributing to your pursuit in Harvard Medical School?
So I would say that my time at Newton South was obviously very important for my educational pursuits as a whole, as it gave me a lot of understanding of a variety of different fields that became useful for my studies both in college and in medical school. Um, I would say that one of the most uh, important things that I can recommend to Newton South students is to take advantage of the great educational opportunities available to
I
you.
see.
Uh, for me, I was able to explore my interests in biology, in AP biology at Newton South. Um, but I was also able to have some really incredible educational experiences that were less directly related to the field of study that I'm pursuing now, but were also very important to shaping how I see the world, including film studies and some of the computer science courses in Newton South as well.
Wow, amazing. So you've talked about a lot of courses, but is there maybe one specific teacher at Newton South that maybe you feel had the largest impact on you, or whom you believe is the most memorable for you?
I don't know that there's one teacher that I would say is clearly the most, but I would say some of the teachers that made a very strong impact on me include Miss McChesney, Dr. Kraus, um, and others in the science department who really taught me a lot of the science that became useful in my later studies.
I see, that's amazing. So I guess you've been engaged with a lot of advanced courses here itself that you feel contributed a lot, but also a lot of self students, aside from just the courses, are also thinking about engaging in maybe extracurricular activities in the form of clubs. So have your experience with clubs at Newton South impacted you right now?
Um, I would say that my experience in Newton South with regards to extracurriculars was also very important to me. I actually started a couple of clubs when I was in Newton South. One of them
Oh,
was
great.
an a cappella group, and then the other one is uh, part of a larger group called Technovation. I believe it might be called Technovation Girls now, which basically is about uh, girls creating apps in teams to enter into competitions. And then the club that we started basically allowed, made it easier for Newton South students to be able to join teams and participate in this competition where they could learn from coding, creating a business plan for their apps, and learning teamwork as well. And these were both really important activities to me in terms of teaching me how to become a leader, and taking an idea that I had, putting it into action, and creating community at Newton South.
Wow, amazing. So you started the New Tones, the a cappella group itself, and you've also been leading the Technovation, or known as Technovation Girls now, right?
I didn't actually start the New Tones, but I started a different a cappella group at Newton South.
Oh, I see. That's amazing. I think I've listened to a few a cappella groups perform during the Tertulia performances in Newton South this year, so I figured one of them was one of the ones that you started. So it's amazing that it's still going on. I know that a lot of kids, at Newton South are worried about clubs and worried about grades, and the main thing that they're worried about is probably because of the college application process and because the Common App really just opened like a week or two ago. I know that a lot of kids now are worrying about college. So I guess, you've gone through the entire college application process and, you've gone through even the entire undergrad process of college. So I guess starting off with the college application process, since, you have a lot more lived experiences with going through the storm of writing all these different essays, if you could go back to, rising senior version of Hannah, what do you think you would have told Hannah back then? Something that you maybe felt was unexpected during the admissions process or something that, maybe you wish you could have done differently.
I would say, with regards to the college application process, um, the biggest advice I would give to anyone, um, is basically to, instead of worrying so much about the outcome of like which particular college you're going to end up at, instead prioritizing sort of making the most of high school in terms of using it as a time to explore your passions, um, and develop uh, your interests, pursue whatever it is that excites you, academically, extracurricularly, and then when it comes time for the college process, you'll have, hopefully a story to tell that is compelling in the college application sense, and most importantly, true. So I
I
think
see.
that by being like a person that uh, takes advantage of educational opportunities available to you, yes, that's a great thing to be for the college process, but it's also a great thing to be for your life. Um, and
Oh,
so I
okay.
really hope that students at Newton South and are able to take advantage of a lot of the excellent educational offerings that Newton South has available.
Thank you, Hannah. I think you talked about, how we can optimize our time in the college application process to prepare not just for the application, but also for college and life itself. So, you've also done a lot of extraneous things outside the college application, also in your time undergraduate at Harvard College. So, I guess, would you mind talking about, one or two things that you did in your 4 years at Harvard College when doing your undergraduate that maybe helped you advance your career in medicine the most?
So in college, I would say I took a pretty similar approach to what I did at South in terms of finding things that sparked my curiosity and then pursuing them to the fullest extent possible. So at Newton South, I was very interested in technology, and I continued to pursue these interests in college. Um, Developing my interest in specifically how technology impacts society. And just like I started some student organizations at Newton South, I also started a student organization in college, uh,
Oh, okay.
which allowed me to pursue my interests and form a community with shared interests, which I think was very impactful to me, even though on the surface it doesn't seem like it is the most directly related thing to going to medical school. I think that no matter what your goals are, to be able to pursue your interests is always very important. And for me, I was able to eventually realize how different things that I was interested in all related to each other in terms of how what I envisioned for myself in terms of my goals in my medical career.
I see. I've heard from a lot of people that the medical career is a very very long journey that stems from starting in high school learning about biology and then going all the way through college and even in your postgraduate education. So I guess a lot of Newton South students are interested in doing medicine right now, but maybe they don't have that clear of an idea of what the journey awaits for them ahead. So I guess what pieces of advice will you give for them specifically in terms of what opportunities they can take advantage of in South, as well as what general advice you have for them when they continue their career in medicine?
So I would say, first of all, if you're a student in high school, you don't necessarily have to know at that time if you want to pursue a career in medicine or not. If you think that's something that might be interesting to you, that's great. And if you have an interest in biology and want to pursue that through some of the academic offerings at South, or extracurricularly through research or other extracurricular options, that's really great. At the same time, it's totally okay to pursue different things in high school. And then if you are in college or even after college and later decide that medicine is the right path for you, um, then that can be uh, also a very common path that a lot of people take. I think for me, when I was a high school student, I didn't know that I was going to go to medical school. I had
Oh,
other
okay.
interests that were very interesting to me. I was very interested in biology, but I was also very interested in computer science. And I think that for me, taking the time to uh, explore in depth several different interests was really helpful to me in later uh, sort of figuring out what it was that I wanted to pursue. Um, and once I decided to go to medical school, um, thinking about ways that I can harness my unique academic background um, as I think about what my aspirations are within the medical field.
I see. So, Newton South, I guess, has a wide range of academics for students to take advantage of, and your key advice is just for students, to try out a lot of things, and, there's no need to, I guess, settle on one specific career path in high school because I guess for you in your case, would it be right to say that, you decided that you were going to go into medicine more like in a more crystallized way when you were in college?
I think that I made the decision to go to medical school once I was in college. Another
Okay.
thing I would add is if you have an interest and you're trying to figure out how to pursue it as a Newton South student, I wouldn't necessarily limit yourself only to the classes that Newton South offers or the extracurriculars that already exist, but also thinking about what are things outside of Newton South that you could do to pursue your interests. For example, being so close to Boston and Cambridge, there's all of these
Okay.
excellent academic institutions around um, with experts in a variety of fields. So thinking about are there opportunities for me to do research? Thinking even like across the country, there's a lot of excellent programs for high school students with different kinds of um, interests. And so I think that if there's something that really excites you and it's not immediately clear what at South would allow you to pursue those interests to the fullest extent, thinking about what else is out there. For example, for me, when I found out about the Technovation Challenge, Newton South didn't have a club for that at first. So the first
Right.
year that I
Okay.
participated in it, I actually participated with a team from Belmont. And so I went to Belmont um, and met with my team there. And then the next year, I was able to have the club in Newton South and form a community there. So I think that thinking beyond um, just things that Newton South immediately offers. Um, I don't know if it still exists, but back when I was a high school student, there was a wonderful newsletter called Newton STEM, which was a way that I found out about a lot of the opportunities that I pursued in high school as well.
Oh, I see. I think Newton STEM still exists. So hopefully anyone listening to this video and hoping to get some opportunities can also head on to the Newton STEM website because I'm pretty sure they're still regularly posting new stuff. So, Hannah, thank you so much for all your sharing today. I hope that everyone listening has learned a lot about, how to pursue something when you grow up and the need or whether or not we can, take advantage of what we have in Newton South as well as what we have outward. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Hannah. This is Jasper, and it was nice being here with everyone today. I will see you all next time.
Thank you.